Hello, welcome to my travel channel. My name's Barefoot Jeff, and we are at the middle of a coronavirus, and during this time I decided that I wanted to start a travel channel. Now, since I can't go traveling right now, I'm gonna have to go back through 10 years worth of videos and pictures and put these videos together. So I wanted to start with the last 10 years, kind of a highlight of some of my favorite beach destinations that I feel like are kind of a good budget for traveling to. I'll talk a little bit about each one of those. My last trip was in March, Thailand, and then I came back here. I've been back since the end of March. I have a little surprise at the end of the video I'll touch base on at the very end, so stick around. And if you do like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button for all my future videos, which give you a notification, and go ahead and like it too. All right. So let's get started on the top 10. When I say top 10, it's the 10 in the order that I visited the last 10 years. So they're not in any particular order as far as my favorites. The first one was Costa Rica, and actually the first trip I ever took was in 1995. It was my first long trip. It actually started out just a 2-week trip and then turned into a month. I invited some friends down for the last 2 weeks. Costa Rica is not really known for its beaches, but it does have some of the most beautiful beaches in Central America. It was the first time I ever saw wild monkeys in the jungle. Huge, beautiful waterfalls, the volcanoes, an active volcano, zip lining, and incredible surfing. Then it was 2011, I read a book by Timothy Ferriss called The 4-Hour Workweek. That really changed my life and got me thinking about traveling like I did 16 years earlier. Number 2, Mexico. In particular, the area is where Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum is. Cancun, everybody knows about. This is all the Yucatan Peninsula. It's all kind of in the same area. Yucatan Peninsula is Cancun, which is very popular for tourists and spring breakers. Been around for a long time, since the 70s. One of the newer locations is Playa del Carmen. It's about an hour south of Cancun. I discovered that coming on a trip out of Cuba. This was back in 1998. It's a beautiful, beautiful, it used to be 17,000 people. It used to be a fishing town, and it has grown tremendously. Now there's like 200,000 residents and millions of people visit it each year. It's a beautiful place, beautiful beaches. Tulum, got a little bit more popular a little bit after Playa. It has a lot of beautiful ruins. It's just a little bit south of Playa del Carmen. Another beautiful place to visit. Number 3, Panama. The country I started when I spent 3 to 4 months going through Central America. This is where I originally started at, and I ended up in Mexico, flying back to the United States. Panama is known for, of course, its famous Panama Canal, as well as the beautiful islands of San Blas Islands, which are home to the Kuna Indians. There's a total of 365 islands, and about 49 of them are inhabited. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful islands. You can do some sailing throughout there, fresh seafood. And then the other one is Boca del Toro. Boca del Toro, they have 9 main islands, Starfish Beach being one of them. And that was my second stop going through Panama before walking across the border and then heading over into Costa Rica. Then on number 4, place I country I visited that is a beautiful destination for beaches is Belize. That was another trip. I was going through Central America, and I flew from Costa Rica into Belize City, and then took a boat. I was actually supposed to stay the evening in Belize City and met some people that were heading over to Cape Cockner, which is somewhere I was going in the morning, and they said there was one boat left, so I ended up canceling. Well, I didn't cancel my hotel. I went ahead and paid for the hotel. I didn't stay there. Got on the boat with them and checked in earlier to my little bungalow there in Cape Cockner. It's a beautiful place. The island actually got split, and that's where there's a bar called the Lazy Lizard, and that's what they call the split. I swam across that. It's got a strong current. I swam across the other island. Beautiful, beautiful island. The Lazy Lizard is famous and well known for their lobster burritos, which are really cheap. I think if I remember correctly, they're around $2, and it's just full of lobster. It was unbelievably fresh. They also had this drink called the green swamp drink. They wouldn't tell you what's in it, but if you finished, I think 1, 2, or 3 of them or something like that, you got the next one for free. It was pretty strong. I had a couple. So, and then my last night there was New Year's Eve on that trip through Central America, and took a boat actually over to Mexico in the morning. So it was an early 7 o'clock a.m. Boat ride. So New Year's evening, I'll just say I watched the sun come up on that one. Number 5, Thailand. What can I say about Thailand? Oh, I can make several videos on Thailand, which I will be doing. First time I went there was 2014, and I've been back 6 years in a row along with some other Southeast Asia countries. I've been to dozens of islands there. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. Spent a lot of time there, developed some friendships there. I'll be breaking some other videos into between now and the time I start traveling. I'll break some of the other videos into some of the different parts of Thailand. Koh Phangan being one of my favorite ones, reminds me of a lot of Hawaii, and it's mostly known for full moon party, but that's on the south end. I prefer them the quieter end, and that's more on the North Shore. Number 6, Indonesia. I've spent a little bit of time there. It's a beautiful place. It's well known for Bali, of course, and in Bali you got Seminyak, which you have a Potato Head, and then further up you got Fin, which are 2 beach clubs. Also Uluwatu, which is known for on Sundays. It's a great surf town, and on Sundays they have a huge beach party at Single Fin, I think the name of it is. Ubud. I always get that name messed up. It's known for, it's not a party town, but it's a beautiful town. It has a place called Monkey Forest, which is really cool. I highly recommend visiting that. It got popular from the movie Eat, Pray, Love. It's where the love took place. I think Eat was Italy, I believe, and then Pray was India, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the movie, didn't read the book. Good movie. And let's see, what else? One of my favorite islands is the Gili's Islands. There's 3 of them: Gili Air, Gili T, and Gili Minnow. I like Gili Air. It's a little bit more, it's more quiet. You can walk around the whole island in about an hour. No cars, no scooters, just horses and bikes. Spent a lot of time there and really enjoy it. Look forward to going back there. Vietnam, number 7. Vietnam is a country I definitely want to spend more time and see more of. I haven't seen a lot of it, but I've spent some time in the northern part. My favorite beach is over on an island called Phu Quoc. You used to have to fly in from Ho Chi Minh City, which used to be called Saigon. And now you can, if you're in Thailand, if you want, they do have some direct flights into Phuket now from Thailand, from Bangkok, BKK. It's starting to get a little developed, Phu Quoc is, so depending on when you eventually make it, if you make it over there, it might be a little bit more developed than you expected, but it's still got some areas that aren't, and there's a beautiful, beautiful beach down in the south, kind of the southeast corner, gorgeous beach. Number 8, Malaysia. Now Malaysia is a country I'd like to spend a little bit more time in too as well. I did do a island hopping trip starting from the mainland in Thailand up in Krabi, Phuket area, island hopping all the way down. I did that twice, all the way down to Malaysia, down to an island, large island called Langkawi. Spent a lot of time driving around that island, found some beautiful beaches on Langkawi. But note this, there is a time change. And I forgot there was a time change. There's an hour time change. So I took the boat from Koh Lipe to Langkawi, and then I had a flight, a little $50 flight to Kuala Lumpur. And I thought I had time. When I got to the airport, I had about an hour before the flight was taking off. They tell me that, nope, it's boarding right now, or it's about, I think they said it was boarding, taking off, or about to take off. And realized that forgot about that time change, so don't forget about that. Number 9, the Philippines. Well, there's a lot to say. There's a lot I have to say about the Philippines, and I'll make a bunch of videos about that. Places that I've been to is Bohol, really cool. They have a place called Chocolate Hills, Cebu, and Davao. Some beautiful beaches on all those. I spent this past winter there in the Philippines. Some of the areas that I want to go to is Siargao is big on my list. It's a beautiful beautiful island, well known for its surfing. And Palawan, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Palawan is the other location. Plus, there's probably about another dozen or other locations. So I will be going back there this winter. Oops, that was one of the surprises. Anyway, just one, if you stay to the end of the video. So, beautiful people. English is spoken throughout the country, so really easy to get around, very, very affordable, and just the people are incredible. I can't even stress that enough. And the food's delicious, and I just can't say enough about it. I look forward to spending more time in the Philippines as well. Number 10, Sri Lanka. Well, Sri Lanka, it's a country I haven't been to yet, but it's on my list to go. So you've stayed to the end. That was part of what I was going to say towards the end, but I still have a little bit of a surprise still at the very end of the video. But Sri Lanka it's real affordable. The food is very similar to Indian food. It's close to India. Huge island, and I'll talk more about that. I'll probably do a video on it. May do a video on it before I take off on my traveling. Okay, well that concludes my top 10 budget beach destinations. Now for that little surprise. The surprise is that I'm going to be putting together about 10 to 15 videos of the past 10 years of some of my traveling through pictures and some video, and I'll be doing that over the next 3 months. Then the end of October, I'm going to probably leave around my birthday, October 26th. I'll be leaving to travel for about 5 or 6 months, and there's some new countries I'll be going to, as well as the next video that you'll see before all this is going to be about why I started a YouTube channel, what got me to start one. It was two main things. One, something that happened when I was in the Philippines this past winter, and then the other thing is something else that happened in Thailand as well this past winter. So if you want to see more, if you like this video, be sure to hit the notification button down below by that little bell and subscribe. We'll subscribe to the channel first, then hit the notification little bell, and then look out for our new video.